Libra, welcome to Coffee, Sage, and Tarot. This is going to be your monthly reading for the month of May 2025. Please do keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and reverse any energies as you see fit. Okay? No spread today. We're just going to let Spirit kind of do its thing, and we'll interpret accordingly. Show me Libra for the month of May 2025. Show me that Libra energy for the month of May 2025, please. Show me Libra for the month of May 2025. Last time, show me that Libra energy for the month of May. Thank you. Okay. Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Show me Libra, please. That was too many. Let's get clear and concise messages for Libra, please. Anything else? And last time for Libra. Oh, we're writing novels over here. Okay, let's try to get through this. Alrighty, your indicator card here, 9 of Pentacles. So looking good. We'll see if you're feeling as good as you look here, but there's something, it feels like perhaps some new accomplishments here and you're feeling great about it, right? The sun is shining, you're enjoying your garden, you're enjoying every kind of seed that you've planted here, you're nourishing, at least you look like you're nourishing, you look nourished, beautiful energy, right? Let's start here. Interesting. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So your physical landscape, the practical side of you, is talking to the emotional side of you. That's a good conversation to have, right? Grounded and level-headed meets what kind of emotions are you looking at, are you exploring here? So it's good to take a nice, honest look there. King of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this feels like you're kind of figuring out where to go here. Perhaps you have competing priorities, and you're trying to determine which one matters most, right? I really want to do this thing, but also I want to build a life and, provide and, kind of do the stable thing. But I also really want to do this thing that I'm super passionate about. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And it feels like May, perhaps you're looking at how do you balance this, right? We also have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm trying to go by cluster here. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. It feels like you're trying to hold on to some sort of opportunity here in the efforts that, you'll kind of keep on riding that victory train. So really, honestly, this feels like trying to make the most out of an opportunity here and really trying to milk it for all it's got. Good for you for, kind of seeing all aspects of this opportunity. And we'll see, right, if you are able to maximize whatever this pentacle, this ace opportunity has for you. Okay, we've got the Queen of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the Star. The Star did kind of pop out on its own here, and that does kind of make sense, just kind of given what's happening here. You're trying to be practical, but you're also trying to listen to your emotions, which is wonderful. And I feel like you're doing that because there is an opportunity that has come up for you, something that you are very passionate about, that you can say, yes, this makes sense. Because it's something you've been, you give a lot to emotionally. And so there's some aspect of that has taken place in your physical landscape. So you're kind of like, okay, how can I do this? And how can I capitalize on this to the best of my ability, right? So that's really awesome that the Star is there. In May, Libra, it looks like some dreams are coming true, which is really, really awesome. We have the 8 of, just one second. All right, sorry about that. So we have the Eight of Wands kind of popping up here on its side. So this doesn't feel like, it feels like you're trying to figure out how to maneuver surrounding this opportunity here. And then once you do that, it'll be full steam ahead. It doesn't feel like you're not going to be moving. It's just like something really great happened and you're trying to figure out where to go next, right? So you're in the period of figuring that out before this turns and we move forward. Queen of Cups, Five of Cups here. Honestly, this looks like you're looking at this and there's some sort of acceptance around this. And honestly, that just feels like there's some sort of sacrifice taking place here. You want to capitalize this opportunity, but you can't have it both ways. So perhaps this opportunity might take you on the road, right? Especially given that Six of Wand energy, right? That traveling component to this. So for example, if this opportunity takes you on the road, the acceptance part of this is that, you know, you're perhaps going to leave your family or, you know, your loved ones behind. Perhaps it's going to be challenging because you're going to have to figure out what to do, you know, how to care for your home while you're away, right? This kind of component, right? So there's some sort of acceptance here, because some kind of, I really don't know what I'm going to have to do here in terms of how to navigate this properly, but I do know that I'm going to have to sacrifice in one way or another. The Nine of Swords also showing up here. So now you've got double nines, the Five of Pentacles in the shadow. Double fives showing up as well. I'm wondering if this is like... like it doesn't really fit with the rest of the board here. So I'm wondering if this is like energy that we're walking away from, right? Like we're moving away from this overthinking, or there is potential here for you to really overthink this opportunity and kind of overthink it away. And I feel like you're not trying to do that with as beautiful as this is showing up for you. Okay, let's get some clarification here for Libra for their month. Let's get some clarification for Libra for the month of May, please. Let's get some clarification on Libra's month. Okay. We've got... wow, so that 9 is showing up. So we've got the 3 9s. Okay. Okay. All right. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. So, you know, I was like, perhaps we're moving away from this energy with that 9 of Swords here, this idea of overthinking and perhaps overthinking this opportunity to death. But then we have the 9 of Wands. So now I'm kind of thinking, okay, I wonder what is happening here. You know, with the 9 of Wands and the Fool in the reverse. I'm wondering if you're afraid of this opportunity, or afraid of what taking this opportunity will entail, or not taking this opportunity will entail, right? There's some sort of aspect of achievement here that you're looking to enjoy, but this doesn't feel like enjoyment energy. The Fool reversed, so kind of sticking down, right? And 9 of Wands, really beleaguered and fatigued, right? Ace of Swords showing up here, so some new perspective coming through. That is you, right? So the Ace of Swords, that you are a sword energy here. So I'm wondering if there's this opportunity to reconnect with yourself here showing up, and what it is that you truly want. The King of Swords in the reverse, kind of crossing, or not crossing, but showing up on this kind of star pattern and star component here, and the idea of capitalizing and making the most of this opportunity. Your King of Swords is showing up in the reverse over that. So I'm wondering what aspect of this is not right. I'm wondering if you're kind of thinking you can extort this possibility or really take it for all it's worth. Um, so this idea of I got my hands on it, now I'm going to pick it apart and digest it and get every single thing from this that I want. And I wonder if it's that kind of energy that is going to kind of spoil this opportunity for you. Um, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and then we have the Five of Cups kind of showing up in the middle of them. Yeah, so I feel like this is a conversation about sacrifice, acceptance here, and knowing what needs to be done. So again, this idea of competing priorities here, this opportunity is taking you one way, but practicality is taking you another way. Passion versus practical, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. And you're kind of like, coming to some hard truths over that conversation, right? Four of Swords, Knight of Wands also showing up. I mean, once your mind is made up, you're gonna take action. I am kind of getting this vibe that you're gonna follow your passion here. But time will tell. The Moon showing up, the Hermit, the Star, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna, oh, and then the Knight of Cups there. Yeah, so this does feel like it would hurt you to, it would hurt you more to stay where you are than it would to follow this opportunity. Even though you're not sure where that opportunity will take you. All right, that's the vibe that I'm getting here. Let's see some more here for Libra. Can we get some more clarifiers for Libra, please? Heading into May, let's get some more clarifiers for Libra, please. Let's see some more clarifiers for Libra, please. Okay. All right, so that Nine of Wands is showing up. So these nines are showing up for a reason. Cycle completion, okay, so that's one thing. When the nines show up, you have done the thing, okay? And the tens are about you doing that thing and then sharing that thing with the people around you, showing that thing off, essentially, right? But the nines are things that we keep to ourselves. The nines are the endings that we have and we have alone, right? So with the Nine of Pentacles, we'll start there. With the Nine of Pentacles, that's something that you have done on your own and you are enjoying that all on your own, right? Now, when we have the Wands and the Swords, those nines are not so nice, right? Those are the nines, those are the cycle completions that we keep more or less hidden to ourselves, right? Those are very solitary feelings because these are not nice feelings, right? We're feeling alone, we're feeling fatigued, we're feeling scared, we're feeling not in control, right? That's kind of the vibe. And feeling very overwhelmed, not our best selves, right? So very stark contrast to that Nine of Pentacles kind of vibe, okay? And that kind of sense of personal achievement. So the fact that these nines are showing up here is interesting because there is this idea of some sort of cycle completion, but why are you showing up pained, right? And I feel like that is the $1 million question here. And I'm wondering if it's because you can't have it both ways, but you have this amazing opportunity that does require sacrifice. And I feel like maybe something or someone in your life is giving you a hard time, or you're really thinking about the sacrifice to this time or this commitment or this thing you have in your life that will be neglected if you decide to pursue this opportunity that will take you elsewhere, that you don't know where it's going to go, but it's amazing and you love it and you want to make the most of it, okay? Five of Wands here, kind of with that 9. Yeah, it's like, how are you going to engage? How are you going to, like, are you being taken away from your social circle? I'm wondering, is that something that's really upsetting to you? Social anxiety could be even as well, like this amazing opportunity, but it requires you to be more in front of people. And so that's making you a little bit anxious. I'm wondering if that's the case here. We've got the Empress and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. And now it just kind of feels like overthinking, right? Which I kind of said on the outset here. Like, where's the line between, capitalizing and making the most of this opportunity and then picking apart this opportunity? Like, where does that line teeter? And again, I feel like with this King of Swords, we are going into now kind of the other side of this opportunity and kind of seeing, like, just kind of picking it apart, right? For no other reason except I want to see what's hidden. I want to see what's hidden. I want to see what's hidden. Well, now you're kind of taking away from that initial enjoyment and, this amazing opportunity that you have heading into this month, right? And now it's kind of like a little bit distorted here. So I do see that happening. And I feel like Spirit is really trying to caution you against that. Especially with this Ace of Swords coming up. It's like, okay, let's reconnect. Let's woo-saw this and figure out which is the best way to go. And kind of keep it there, right? And again, once you make up your mind, you will have clear and directed action, but you need to keep your mind clear and stop overthinking and stop, picking this apart and really over analyzing here. The Empress showing up. Yeah, and she will give whatever we feed her. So if you're feeding her this kind of negativity, she will reproduce that and magnify that for you. Her showing up close to your star here, again, it just leads me to believe, just with the conversations that you seem to be having with yourself on the board, that this is something that really means a lot to you. Okay, strength coming through. Inner strength, again, that comes with knowing what you want, knowing that you are enough, knowing that you have what it takes. And again, that idea of not over questioning, over analyzing what is presented in front of you, right? And we started off really nicely here with this. Okay, there's two kind of competing priorities here. Which one are you going to go with? What decision needs to be made? Let's make that decision and trust that we have what it takes within us, and Spirit is looking out for us, kind of, energetically, to know that we will have a soft landing no matter what we take, right? No matter which priority we put over the other, right? That kind of vibe. Also wondering if perhaps these 9s are showing up because you're feeling like you want to have both equally, and this is an opportunity where you have to pick one. Okay. Queen of Swords coming up behind that strength. This idea of knowing, right? Having the wisdom to know where you are headed, where you are going, and relying on that wisdom. That wisdom is acquired through experience, through hard times, through the trials and tribulations that you have gone through, Libra. And so it feels like this is an opportunity for you to take that and use your learned experience to move forward, right? And do that in earnest. Let's see if there's any final thoughts for Libra. Any final thoughts for Libra for May, please? Any final thoughts for Libra heading into May? Any final thoughts, please, heading in to May for Libra last time? Thank you. Ace of Wands and the reverse. Okay, the reason I'm laughing is because this is pretty accurate, and this is why I love tarot. So the 9 of Swords with the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Wands showing up in reverse doesn't mean that opportunity isn't coming your way, right? It just means, are you potentially not seeing that opportunity? Are you denying that opportunity outright, or are you doing things that are making it so that you can't see the full potential of that opportunity, of that ace coming your way, right? And this makes sense because it's like you kind of want to do, I feel like your mind's already made up and that you want to do the thing that you are passionate about. Your energy is directing you somewhere, right? And so for you, and again, it's completely up to you, but I'm seeing that you're leaning toward doing the passionate thing, not the practical thing. And with this Nine of Swords here, you're kind of overthinking it, and it's kind of like you're overthinking this opportunity to death, and you're really not going to see and make the most of this opportunity. You're taking it away from yourself, right? And so that's what I'm seeing here, and that's kind of why I was laughing, is because the spirit knows. It's like, if you keep doing this, you're not going to see the full potential of this opportunity that, the universe is giving you, right? What else do we have? We had the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So, yeah, I mean, some confusion here, and it feels like that's kind of dominating your headspace here. What to do. You'll figure out what to do, right? I think the important thing for you to know is that whatever choice you make is the choice you make, and you have to own it and be accountable to it. And that doesn't mean that you're choosing wrong, right? So don't get caught up in making the wrong choice. Just do what you want to do. And it feels like you know where your passion is leading you, and you know where your star is. So let's do that. This is an opportunity to see that through, and that's beautiful. So don't get in your head about potentially making the wrong decisions here, right? Six of Pentacles showing up in the shadow. Yeah, how are you directing your energy? What are you giving your time, energy, and effort to in your physical landscape, right? What are you choosing? Okay, judgment showing up behind that, right? Some sort of path alignment here. You are doing what is getting you one step closer to the path that you are supposed to be on. Alrighty, to kind of round this out before we go to the oracle messages here, we do have that Nine of Pentacles showing up between the Queen of Cups and the Five of Cups. So again, this acceptance here, and we are coming full circle, as she was one of the first cards to pop up here. I believe she was your indicator card for the month of May. So that really is a really nice full circle moment here. It's like, again, coming to the idea of acceptance, right? Coming back to this idea of personal achievement, right? Personal success here. You are looking good, and it seems whatever struggles you're having with this opportunity in terms of how do you take it, what does it look like, and all of that. Don't get too bogged down in that. Because then you will lose the standing and lose all that, not lose it, but just take away from what is a beautiful moment for you, Libra, okay? And so I feel like Spirit is saying, like, remember where you're standing. Remember this, right? Because, in a year from now, you're not going to remember all the overthinking you did. You're going to remember this opportunity and how amazing it was that you had this opportunity to pursue whatever this is, right? Let's see if there's any. There we are. 7, own your power. Changing the world is easier after one learns to change oneself. Become the change you wish to see and watch the world around you shift. We abdicate our personal power whenever we deny the steps we can take to change the situations around us. This is not to say you are never at the mercy of circumstances outside your control. It is to say, however, that there is always something you can do, even if it's to change your attitude and your responses to start making different choices. Your personal power is just that, yours and yours alone to manifest. Everything we face in our lives is a consequence of personal and collective choices we made in the past, good and bad alike. It's sometimes easy to throw up our hands and claim there's nothing else we can do, that we are hopeless and powerless. But remember, the universe survives on creativity. Whatever we say is so becomes so. We always have the power over our choices, and we must integrate this truth into our awareness. When you feel forced into certain decisions because of your circumstances, take this chance to look for alternate solutions or take a stand against this coercion. Your response is always within your control. This card is a strong invitation to start looking at what you can do, not what you cannot. Take responsibility for where you are and look at all your options, including those that you may not have considered before. Reclaim your power to determine where you are going. Beautiful. Awesome. Libra, this is what I have for you heading into the month of May. I truly appreciate you showing up and gaining some insight into the month ahead, just as I hope that you appreciate this reading. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you today and always, and I wish you all the best. We'll see you next time, Libra.